Oh, the BackChat podcast. We are powered by paywires. It's a lot of P's. I was trying to think of another P, but I couldn't. Will Schofield, hey mate, it's WA.
I've got a few on my mind.
It's WA day here. People thought, oh, it's Monday, public holiday, BackChat's probably not going to be on. It is, because we never miss, right? Doesn't matter. WA day means nothing.
Well, we're going to talk. Well, yeah, happy WA day.
Sorry.
Hammer would have said penis. Like, just so you know, he would have said P for penis.
Yep.
Great to be here in my Socceroos jumper.
Ruse.
I would say that the way I'm wearing mine is the only way you can wear it. The way you're wearing it looks like you're going to line up on the weekend.
Yeah, I will.
I look like a fan. So you know, I've got big
you've got issues.
I've got big issues with wearing team attire. Mm-hmm. But if you are going to wear it under a hoodie, is the only acceptable way to wear team merchandise. Not how you are wearing it. Take your hat off. Just take your hat off.
Yeah.
It looks like you're about to play. It looks like you want to play and about to play.
Get me in,
seriously. Tony Popovich, let me in.
Do you know what it is? I think
Pop. Sorry.
I think because I have represented my country playing sport, I can actually wear it. I've got a real
fucking time. You just gave me some fire. That's the Dan Const I want to wake up to every morning.
How gets the fringe going as well with after the hat hair?
Chime
in with the.
Don't walk away from the absolute burn you've just thrown out.
Yeah, there you go. Once you've represented your country, you can do whatever you like. Wear the colours. I saw someone wearing a Fremantle Dockers Guernsey yesterday at the West Coast game.
I'm just still recovering from that complete burn by you.
Shut up. First things first. Footy cast with friends is happening this Saturday night at Shelter Brewing.
So if you're down south, if you're the south and the west of Perth, south and the west of Western Australia, and you're going to be around the Bustleton area, you're going to come down to Shelter. So we're going to be at Shelter Brewing, right down there on the foreshore. You know where it's at. Well, I think we've got the whole upstairs area booked.
Yeah, a little brew deck.
They're calling that the brew deck, not us. I don't like the name the brew deck.
Okay. Well,
I just want to have beers, the beers deck.
Yeah, the beer deck.
So we're just up there for beers. There's no podcast, there's no whatever, but the whole BackChat crew's going to be there.
Yes.
If Hammer's back from Africa. I know that you said that addressing first that we're going to be. The second item I want to address is where Hammer is.
Hammer's not here.
But get there, 5 p.m. It's a free event. We just need to know you're coming. So you can jump on socials, either BackChat or Shelter Footycast, wherever you're at. There's a little form in the bio. Just put your name there and say you're coming. And as Skeeter said, we look forward to you buying us some beers. Have about 5 of those and we'll go home.
Right, there you go. Then are you staying in Bunbury for the game?
I'll be at the Hilton.
Yes.
I'm staying at Bustleton.
Nice little place there.
Hilton Busso. So I'll stay in Bustleton and then I'll drive to Bunbury to be on the boundary for Fox Footy.
Oh, nice. I am driving to Perth to watch the game from home, which seems rogue.
Why? Why would you not stop in Bunbury? You're a massive West Coast nuffy and you're playing...
It's not a West Coast home game.
You're playing literally the only side you should beat this year. I know you've won a game. You're playing in a winning game and you're driving past the ground. You're going to wave, see you later.
Yeah, I want to watch it from the comfort of my own home so I can...
Why?
No, do you want me to be honest? Do you want me to really be honest?
No, I don't.
No, it's going to make you upset.
No, I don't.
I'm telling you anyway.
I don't want to know.
Because the game finishes at 4:30, 5 o'clock. I don't want to drive back to Perth at like 5 p.m. on a Sunday.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like someone sick or something.
No, seriously, I can't be bothered driving through traffic from Bunbury on a Sunday
fair weather fucking fan you are. Are you kidding yourself?
I know.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is
for you.
Bit. But I don't know. I want to wear it. I want to wear it. I want to watch it from my house.
So can we speak about where Hammer is?
Let's speak about where Hammer is, okay? He's usually here. He rarely misses. Sometimes does.
I've been contemplating how hard I'm going to go at him for this because I feel like there's got
to be something.
Other elements at play. But what I have landed on is I'm just going to go as hard as I possibly can.
Okay.
I've woken up this morning thinking about this, and on reflection, I just can't fathom why and where Hammer is and what he's doing.
Yep.
And I actually don't understand what's happening.
Sometimes you need a little break. Kane Cornes having a little break from media. We'll get to that very soon. And boys, I just need the weekend.
Well, sometimes you do. Yeah, sometimes you do.
That's fine.
Sometimes, look, the reason I'm contemplating how hard to go at him because I think on multiple levels his employment may be at risk.
Yeah.
But he's been putting...
We can only support him so far.
He's been putting socials up on like his stories and stuff, so he's not hiding where he is.
He's with the elephants.
But I was at a lunch with our good friends at Paywise, powering the podcast.
Yes.
May no longer be powering Hammer after this because I was with his direct report, Pickers.
Yeah.
Sat with him at lunch.
Yep.
So, mate, how good's Hammer's trip? He's like, what are you talking about? I said, hey, he's trip to Africa, the continent of Africa. He's like, what? And I said, look, mate, I believe, my sources may be incorrect, but when I say my sources, I mean Hamish telling me that he's in Africa. He's in South Africa, to be specific.
Yeah. Johannesburg.
Joburg? Is he in Joburg?
Probably.
I doubt it.
Well, he might be in Pretoria.
I doubt he's in either of those places. He's at a game park. So I've told Pickers from Pale.
Oh, here we go. Is this a video from Hammy?
I said he's in Africa. And this is literally out of his phone. And it's on socials. And Pickers said, I've got no idea about that. I've never heard a thing about that. Okay. You're wrong. And then he goes, the reason you're wrong, so not only does he work with me, for me at Paywise, he's the captain of East Perth and they're playing in their WA Day Derby. Look at these pictures. He's in the fucking Sahara. Not in the Sahara. He's in a savannah in Africa. It's a Lion King. Are they lions?
I think they
Jaiden, are they lions? Yes. They don't look like lions. They're lions.
Do you know what though? I will give Hammer this. Sometimes in the middle of the year, you just need to pack up and head to Africa.
He is the captain of East Perth. They are playing. We are pre-recording this, by the way. It's not live. So thanks for joining us live if you are. So
West Perth, right? He's
playing West Perth in a WA Day Derby, the biggest derby in East Perth's sort of fixture.
Yep.
He's the captain of East Perth. It's a home game.
Yeah.
Home captain game.
Yep.
Yet he's
sometimes you got to go to safari.
Safari.
Sometimes you just got to go to safari.
Not having it. There has to be something else at play, because you ain't just packing up in the middle of the season. So he not only has not told Paywise, I'd be surprised if his coach knows. His coach probably thinks he's about to line up in an hour.
He's meant to come in for the Swing of It podcast tomorrow, the golf pod.
Is he going to do that?
Obviously, unless he's just like flying back.
I'd love a week in Africa. Anyway, look, I know you regular listeners of the show, you wonder how Hammer is. That's where he is. Okay. I'm not overly happy with it.
Yeah.
I don't think he's told anyone.
Can I tell you now that on the...
Start putting socials up and fucking lions.
On the 23rd of June, that's a Monday, I won't be here because I'm going to Bali. I'm going with the family. So I won't be here for that show. So
Jaiden, you going to be here, mate?
Hey,
you going to be here? You put your mic on.
Yeah, I'm here.
Great.
Okay. I'm always here. We'll do the show.
Oh, please, Jane. If you're not here, you're getting a haircut or you've got a doctor's appointment.
I'm pretty sure last weekend.
Monday.
Yeah, correct. He wasn't here.
Yeah.
I went to shit.
Yeah, that's true.
We were so locked out. The opposite of locked in.
Yeah, it's good. I was locked out as well.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Okay, so Hamish is not here. Bustleton at Shelter Brewing, Saturday, 5 o'clock.
Just get on socials. Yeah.
Get on socials. I won't be here 23rd June, so put that in your diaries.
I'm going to America in October.
You're going to America in October. Jaiden's going on a 2-week
I'm going away in October.
Getaway in the forward drive with Liam Duggan.
Yeah, but I'm doing it at the end of footy season when none of our shows, all our shows are finishing.
Yeah.
Well, not sort of.
Yeah.
But this one will still be going. I'll do it from America. I'll do it from the beach.
Okay. Well, I'll chime in from
I'll chime in. Haven't you people ever
Bali.
heard of?
Should we talk about some stuff? It was a big weekend of footy, but
the corn.
Let's talk about Kane Cornes. Today, a media frenzy went into full swing with reports that Kane Cornes is stepping away from AFL media for a week following controversies that he has been a part of. I think this has just been a bit overhyped, but Will, what's your take on Kane Cornes' step back?
You know that what we do here on BackChat is get to the bottom of stories.
Yes.
We don't really do that.
No.
But I've got to the bottom of this one.
Great.
I won't say who, but I did text someone. You know who I text?
Yes.
Who would know?
Kane.
Because I really should have fucking texted him.
Yeah, text him.
Anyway, I've got a picture from the Adelaide Advertiser that says Kane takes media break after recent controversies, as if it's affected him so much he stepped away.
Yeah.
That's a stepping away, isn't it?
Yeah, mental health break or something like that.
So I text someone who would know and said, mate, what's the go here with Corn, all right, with a K? There's no way he stepped away. Media are so dumb. Reply 2 minutes ago.
Yep.
just having a few days off. Nothing to stress over. He'll be back Thursday. Crazy stuff out there right now.
Great response.
So, look, I just think it's worth noting that Kane Cornes, his shtick, and I'll call it a shtick, but his style relies on controversy.
Absolutely.
It is factual, and I think he does the research, and it is based on fact. But he likes to create controversy because that gets eyes and ears and clicks and everything.
He's one of the best at it, if not the best at it.
And if you're not doing that in media, then I think you're a bit dead in the water. You've got to find ways to get attention. That's what media is.
Yes.
No one's out there reporting facts, and that's it. No one's just running around going, "Oh, this is the news," and then see you later. No one is.
Proper journos.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Name one.
Eliza Riley.
Gun.
Yeah.
She is looking for stories that gets attention.
Yeah, she's looking for yeah.
But she's not just going, West Coast won on the weekend. They won. Sorry. West Coast lost on the weekend. They lost by 43 points.
Yep.
These were the best players. Have a great day. No, they're looking for looking for stories. All of them are. And Kane Cornes' thing is he's looking for stories that create controversy. It's and it's based on fact, and I like it.
Yep.
But he ain't stepping away because Luke Beveridge walked towards him one day, or that fucking someone's upset with him.
Tom Morris's rival.
Who?
Oh no, are they the same network now?
They'll be mates, mate. No, they're Channel 9. Chelsea. Honestly, he would be sitting back, feet up, pina colada, Bali, Sun Lounge, I don't know where he is, Byron, some sort of palace.
Adelaide.
If you're earning that much money and he's having a week off, good.
Very good.
Just so you know, he's not stepping away because of recent controversies.
Look at that.
He is so happy. That's him looking at his flight itinerary, going, can't wait to get to Paris.
He was wearing the Baz Lenker headband the other day. He's having a lot of fun.
Should we put a post out that says Hamish Brayshaw has stepped away for a week due to recent North Melbourne results? My goodness gracious.
That's actually very...
Are we going to get to hear from Hammer today?
Yeah, we will. We do have to look at the Jack Buckley Medal and what happened over the weekend. So with the backmen across the league, and if I'm hoping for a West Coast player to get votes.
And if you're watching along and you're wondering, that's a massive Yeti bottle and it's a big...
You have to double hand that usually when I see you drink.
No, I've got a bigger one. Yeah,
you do. Will's got this water bottle that he has to use like imagine a toddler drinking a sippy cup using two hands. Like 2 hands, Will. You have to use 2 hands.
You wouldn't be able to one hand to this.
I could one hand that. I could palm a basketball. Okay, so
you wouldn't. You.
I was close to. When I was younger.
Just pretend to drink it.
Glug 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 glug. Legend. When
I was by Yeti, by the way, if you want to get in touch,
please.
Yeti, that'd be great. I'd love some material from Yeti.
I reckon when I was about 18, I could almost dunk a small basketball.
Into what? A fucking rubbish
basketball hoop. No, into a basketball hoop. I had hops. I could get pretty close. So I could never do it with a full. I don't know why that's sort of relevant, but I could palm a basketball as well.
I was saying you couldn't palm that.
Yeah, that's right.
You just said you had hops, which had nothing to do with
palming. But you need to be able to palm a basketball.
You made the point. Small basketball. I'm thinking tennis ball size.
No, it's more like a dodgeball size. Fistball. More like a fistball size. All right, West Coast.
Before we get into those, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place.
That's fine.
Do we need to address while we're in Socceroos Kid or not? Should we talk
Let's do it. We're going to talk about it later. I like to play the game for a bit.
Secrecy?
Yeah.
You have to guess. Why would we be wearing Socceroos kit?
Yep. Have a think. All right, the 43 deficit at the end of the Eagles v Cats game made it seem worse than the game actually was, with the West Coast staying with the Cats for the majority. I know you hate the West Coast Eagles, Will, but can you actually see some progress in what's going on there? Because I, as a fan, saw that for 3 quarters and I thought, we look like a football team.
Does everyone realise that Harley Reid got tagged by Geelong? Does everyone realise that happened in the game?
And he was still good.
Yeah.
He had probably the best... section of play I've ever seen him do.
Wow.
And he's done some that goal he kicked, right? He ran from halfback, ran all the way, like full gut run, and then if you see the kick from the 50-metre point, he kicks it, sees where it's going to go, and he darts in another direction because he knows, gets himself in the perfect position. He ran 150 metres to get that. It was huge. I haven't seen him do that properly before, and that was awesome.
You've given credit where credit's due. I'll just take a little bit back off. The run he was making was the celebration arc. So when he kicked, he was veering and doing and then he was like, oh shit, and then he had to dart back. He's like, oh no, I haven't kicked it, I have to dart back in.
Darted, got the ball back, kicked a goal, and the crowd was like, when we beat St Kilda, the crowd was like nervous. Like it was up and about, but they were nervous. This last game, when the umpires were making bad calls, huge screams, like it was awesome.
How many standing ovations was there? There was a lot.
Not enough.
There was a lot.
There was a few.
Because I was calling on radio and I kept hearing the crowd. I was like, what is that noise? I'd take my headphone off and I'd look down and I reckon there was about 8 standing ovations.
Because what would happen is they'll kick a goal and then they'd put, like Liam Ryan kicked a goal and they put him up on the big screen and everyone would sit on the big screen and be like, yeah, and they'd stand up. It was a good energy. I actually think they were really good. There was 43 points, but they kicked 4 goals in the last 6 minutes.
So to answer your question, Ruben Jimby dominated Jeremy Cameron. He said that, not me. Jeremy Cameron said Ruben Jimby won the day. I think Jeremy Cameron kicked the last 4 goals of the game.
Jimby worked so hard.
Let me tell you, as a backman, that is so stiff to get done like that. Yeah. And by the end of it, he was just emotionally ruined. Like he had to work his ass off all day. And for about 8 minutes in the last quarter, he kicks 4 goals. But he was all over him. Elijah Hewitt was very good. That goal he kicked, I will keep saying it, he is not Chris Judd. Yep. But he has Chris Judd-like tendencies. Mm-hmm. Right? Like the way he runs through packs and shrugs people, that's Chris Judd. Harley Reid, good. Got a tag and was good.
Harry Edwards worked his ass off.
He's playing.
He's becoming good.
I reckon Sandy Brock's a pretty good player. I like.
How many years do you reckon Sandy Brock's been in the AFL for?
He has been there since 2021.
Yeah, I was surprised.
He got drafted at the end of 2021.
I thought he was
and didn't play
younger. But he'd been at Gold Coast for 3 years.
Yeah, so I played with him at Peel, and he got drafted at the end of that. So I basically got him drafted, and then to answer your question, that was the most hopeful game I've seen for West Coast fans all year, and probably for the last 2 years.
Tom Cole was good. Yeah, their backline was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, everyone was good. Yeah. Everyone played well, and they have done for the last sort of 4, 5, 6 weeks.
We're going to beat North Melbourne. I think
and you're not going. So
yeah, I know. I think that game shows that the West Coast Eagles can beat North Melbourne.
I'm picking North.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Why?
I can't believe Hammer's not here for the bloody Grudge podcast.
Yeah, so I was thinking about it over the weekend. Like I really got the raw end of this. Like I have to get a tattoo.
Doesn't he have to get a tattoo?
No, he just has to go Pojo.
No, he's tattoo.
Is he getting a tattoo?
Yeah.
No, but then we decided, is it?
He's getting a tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean he played for the club. It'd be like me putting I don't know, Hoop Dreams on my butt, like from Loftus Rec Centre, my basketball team for 10 years.
So you're just going to have a kangaroo on you. It's fine.
Yeah,
a kangaroo on you right now?
Australia made. Yeah.
Established 1989.
If you don't love it, leave it. One of those ones. All right, let's go across to the other side.
Full. Fuck off.
Yeah, I love those things. I might get a what's the Union Jack? No, not Union Jack. Southern Cross. I might get one of those too, just to.
Hayden Ballantyne's got one of those.
Yeah, mate.
He does. Over his chest, over his heart.
Do whatever you want to do, man.
Yeah,
the Fremantle Dockers went into the Gold Coast Suns fortress in horrible conditions and came up with a very, very solid win, which finally puts them into the 8. Scotty, how did you see this one? And what did Freo do to stop the Suns from coming back again? Because a bit of pressure. I thought they were on the run there.
Well, they didn't do a lot. But, look, I reckon this is one of Freo's best wins of all time. To beat Gold Coast,
who are flying?
To beat Gold Coast in the Gold Coast, it probably helped them the weather. It was very wet and at stages looked like borderline cyclone type material. But Freo defended unbelievably. So Freo game's done, 20 points up, no one can score, all over, and then 5 minutes to go, when they should have gone into kill the game mode, they've gone into let's continue to play exactly how we've got to this position mode, which is fine until the Gold Coast start getting turnovers and start scoring. You need to go into kill the game mode. I guarantee you Monday review, if they've got one, because it's the bye round. So very important that the Freo Dockers players get a rest this week.
Absolutely.
Into nothing. Big 12 weeks.
Sit in a dark room and do nothing.
They need the week off.
Yep.
They definitely can't do anything.
No.
They need week. That is coming from the top.
Yes.
They need a week off.
Yep.
So Freo, though, because they've worked so hard, 5 minutes to go in this game, kill the game. They start doing...
Got the next 4 weeks at home,
They start, yeah. Well, make sure you don't do anything. They start tapping the ball in. They start...
Yep.
There was a passage of play where I reckon the ball stayed in for about 2 minutes, 1 metre from the boundary line. They couldn't take it out. In that instance, you need stoppages. And the reason you need stoppages is because with the 666, after a CBD, that's when you're able to get a loose behind the ball. But
CBD?
Centre bounce. Not CBD.
Centre bounce clearance?
No, it's not CBC. CBD. Anyway.
Perth CBD.
Yeah. Well, I've said CBD. But centre bounce.
Okay, yep.
So after a centre bounce, then you can get a loose behind the play. But if you can't get another stoppage, it's hard to organise yourself because the play's going. You just need to stop so you can reset. But they just couldn't get a stoppage. And the ball trickled along. They couldn't get it out. Luke Jackson's kicked in the middle of the ground. They just did everything to open the game up for Gold Coast to go and score. Now, the lesson learned is fine because they won and it's an easy one to learn. But if they had lost that game, it was such a big win for them. And to go into the bye, make sure they get a big rest and don't do anything. To go into the bye, winning that game and beating GWS 2 weeks ago at home at GWS.
And what was the win before that as well? There was another good win.
They're 7-3. I can't remember. They're 7-3 in the last 10 games. They're the second best record in the comp behind Collingwood in the last 10 games.
There we go.
Sizzling.
Yes.
So they, though, will review how you kill a game because it almost cost them the 4 points and it would have been a bad result. But luckily, feet up, rest up. Don't do a thing. Don't answer your phone.
No.
Don't get on socials.
No.
Don't look at any games. Make sure you switch off from football because it's a very, very long year. All right, 24 weeks. Huge.
So Fremantle are 8th on the ladder at the moment with one win.
One win.
With one win, they could be equal, like third to sixth, depending on the on percentage. Their percentage isn't great considering the top four has Collingwood's 137, Adelaide's 140, Gold Coast 128. So they got a bit of catching up to do, but they're doing the right things.
Their next five, they've got Kangaroos win, Essendon win, St Kilda win, Sydney win, Hawthorn at home. That'll be difficult.
Yep.
Then they've got Port Adelaide in the next couple. They may even have West Coast in there.
Yeah,
Their next 9 games, they should go 7-2.
Flag mantle.
So Freo, if they go 7-2, will be sitting with 14 wins at the end of the next 9 games. So thanks for coming.
Wow. That could be top 4 areas.
We love it.
All right, let's talk about Sydney. Here we go. Central Business District. You've got some CBD acronyms there. Is that what you're... Oh, the middle of the ground.
I mean, I feel like...
Allegedly, this is the footy lingo.
Well, CBD's... I'm sure that's what's said, but it doesn't stand for Central Business District. There's no reason it would be that. But all these ones are correct. All the other ones are correct. Like Joe the Goose, absolutely. Actually,
wait, what's Joe the Goose?
It's over the handball, like a little Joe the Goose over the top.
Okay.
I don't know why that means that. Like a falcon hitting the head, yeah. Dukes, get in the juice, great. Get in the hands. Clunk, take a strong mark, great. Blinder, going breadbasket, copping in the stomach, yeah, absolutely. Good leg, good kick, yeah. Yeah, that's all right. Left peg, yeah. Peppering the goals, absolutely sizzling. Pilsner. That's a ball. Right peg, that's a right foot. Red time, yeah, that's correct. This is all right. A shellacking. No, a shellacking is not a big win. A shellacking is a big loss. You cop a shellacking.
Or you gave them a shellacking, I guess?
Yeah, a big loss.
Okay.
You didn't give them a big win.
Yeah, right, okay.
You didn't get... Your sentence...
That's fair. Yeah, that's
there's no way it could be a big win. Gave them a shellacking. You gave them a big win.
Okay, wait. Scroll up, Jaiden. I don't want to watch. Okay, go back up now that Will's not looking. Oh, later on the bottom. Sorry, not up. I'm thinking of iPhone. Yeah, okay. What is a warm burner? No, a worm burner.
Why you said warm burner?
I can't see it.
It's a low kick that's just off the ground.
Oh, like a daisy cutter.
Burns all the worms' heads. Yeah. Worm burner.
What, you were like in the footy club?
Do you think you're going to trick me with that?
No, I just wanted to make sure it was actually a used term.
Any others?
Hey, mate, great daisy cutter.
You said that.
No, that's what it says there. It says worm burner and daisy cutter.
Any other ones?
What about the pine?
Sit on the bench.
Yep. Yeah, they're all...
Okay,
where'd you get this list from? Is this AI? by
Andrew
Andrew.
Wild.
Well, thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, Andy.
Sydney, let's go. Following a 90-point shellacking by the Adelaide Crows, Wayne Miller said the Sydney Swans, and I quote, were a rabble, and some other stuff in his post-game interview. And Sydney is not happy, specifically the CEO of the Sydney Swans. So how do you feel about the Crows CEO calling the Swans CEO to apologise on behalf of Miller?
Has Tom Harley didn't come out and say he was disappointed though?
No, but I know people in the Sydney offices were not happy with that.
Like, if there's any way to describe a team that played like Sydney have been playing after making a grand final last year, after getting done by almost 100 points at home, the definition, the thing that Andrew Wiles list next to rabble should be Sydney Swans. And the fact that anyone, either at Adelaide, at Sydney, or anywhere else, thought that Wayne Miller are saying, hearing them talk out there, they were a bit of a rabble out in the field, that he has to apologise for that. That just sums up how how perfect and how non-resilient we are as an industry. Like, people,
A rabble is so light.
mate.
Oh, they were a rabble. Well, yeah, they were
Absolutely.
belted by 90 points.
Now, if Sydney had lost by 2 points in an absolute great game and they played amazingly, maybe it would be disrespectful to say rabble, because they weren't, because they played really well. Sydney are a rabble. Sydney are a complete rabble.
He could have said, like, they were a piece of piss today, and you would have said, you belted them.
Well, he could have said they were a rabble, and everyone would be like, yeah, good idea. Mate, that is just so soft by Sydney, by Adelaide, by anyone who had an issue with that. Surely no one has an issue
by
with
Adelaide to call.
Soft as by Adelaide. They're the one.
Sorry for his comments.
You can't say that, mate. Make sure you keep it within the. Make sure you just say, it was a strongly fought contest, and they brought their best effort, but we're able to get out on top. If we want players to just give us the bullshit cliche answers, right? Keep doing this. Just keep going along this line and getting CEOs to apologise to each other. I mean, spare me. If Tom Harley, like, on the other end was going, oh yeah, thanks for the call, mate, was just waiting
really
for this one.
appreciate that.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this all day. Far out. Wrap it up. Don't wrap it up.
Don't wrap it up?
No.
Keep going.
Wrap the AFL up.
Wrap the AFL up. You know what we should wrap up? These mic socks, and we put the other ones on.
You've got the touch. You've got the power.
So you're probably thinking to yourself, hang on, that's a TABtouch song. That means it's time for talk about the Jack Buckley Medal, which Hammer usually runs. He's
I'm
not here.
excited for.
He's in South Africa.
Are we crossing straight to the Lions Den?
We tried, but they don't have
Apparently there's no reception.
reception in South Africa. Is that like a good?
Tell Denny Archer.
You're Hamish. Grab your phone to do the Jack Buckley Medal. Oh, no,
I feel like I'm in South Africa.
You'll come for a braai.
Is that Zimbabwe, bro?
That's Zim.
I don't know.
Yeah, Zim and Safas are different.
We've lost the plot today. This is good.
How are we doing this, Jaiden?
We used to do the podcast just you and me.
Yeah, for the longest time as well.
Good to be back. Hammer's sent in a little video. We've got a graphic.
A little video.
How long are we talking?
Oh, he's going through the whole thing. This is a Hammer special.
What,
So we're just going to
20
sit here and
minutes?
listen?
Yeah, it's probably about 20, 30 minutes. So we'll just sit there and go through that.
So we're going to sit here and listen?
Yep.
Not comment?
You can comment if you want.
Okay.
You talk over the top of him.
So
Okay.
this, ladies and gentlemen, is the round 12 Jack Buckley Medal results.
Correct.
Well, good morning, everybody. It is. Hang on, let me get my watch out that I wear every day that Scully's never seen before. 6 o'clock in the morning over here. Half an hour away from getting out on the game park, Pilanesberg National Park over here in South Africa. Gee whiz.
Checking in online for work.
I've seen some rhinos. About 20 rhinos. So it's just we're just ticking them off with 3 of the big 5. We've seen a lion, a rhino, a hippopotamus. No, that's not the big 5. Elephant. So we need a leopard and a water buffalo, and we've ticked that off.
Get the boys up
But
and
the
down.
more important things, the round of footy was over the weekend, round 12. JBM results are in. I've run the numbers, run the algorithm. Dan, Ruben Jimby did not get any votes. Unfortunately, he didn't poll enough votes, but also Jeremy Cameron kicked 5, so he is ineligible. As we go to the votes this round, some familiar faces and some new faces. Great to see the one vote getter this week being Jack Buckley. Well done, Jack.
Wow.
It's back on the board. In a huge game. He was one of the only reasons that they ended up coming back and winning that game. They were getting slaughtered early, and then the backs just locked down, as they do over there in Giantland. Number 2, with 2 votes this week, is Mac Andrew.
Oh,
He's been playing a lot of forward. Now he swung back. Makes sense. They still lost, but 2 votes for Mac. 3 votes. This guy's getting a bit silly. This guy's running away with it. Sam Taylor.
wow.
3 votes. That skips his lead out to 9 at the moment, which is just getting ridiculous. In 4 votes, with a performance unlike many over the weekend, Cal Wilkie up in Alice Springs just took the piss out of Melbourne. Was the only reason that St Kilda won that game. There's a few others, but he dominated. Cal Wilkie with the 4 votes. And then 5 votes for his first votes of the whole year, which I was surprised about. This guy broke the round. 11.4 was his score, which is the second of the year behind Sam Taylor's early 12. Mark Keane for the Adelaide Football Club.
Wow.
Keaney, first points of the round, first points of his whole season for the Jack Buckley, so well done, mate. We'll quickly head to the leaderboard before I head out into the park. Sam Taylor first on 24 votes.
Fucking
ridiculous. Jack Payne and Sam Collins tied second on 15 votes. Harris Andrews on 12 votes. William Frampton on 11 votes. And then tied 6th is Nick Haynes and Charlie Comben on 10 votes. 8th is Callum Wilkie on 8 votes. So, look, it's a runaway train at the moment, and Sam Taylor's getting going. I think when we get back from the bye rounds, I might stop revealing these votes just to see.
Good.
Wow.
Just to make the back end a little bit more interesting. But anyway, I'm going to go hopefully see a lion today. I'd like to see a leopard today. So anyway, I'll check back in probably tomorrow for the golf pod.
Wow.
There you go, Hammer.
I liked it. I just didn't love it. Not enough enthusiasm. I know I'm anti-Hammer at the moment.
Yeah, it felt like it was just going through the motions a bit.
Yeah. If there's not something else at play other than seeing the big 5, right? You're not going to see a leopard, by the way. I think that's in one of the big 5. Name the big 5. Lion.
Rhinoceros. Elephant.
I don't know.
Water buffalo. Ones with the huge horns.
Is it?
And
you look this up, please, Jan.
This is from Hammer's Hammer ranks. This is his top 5.
Is it a Springbok?
Oh, fuck Hammer's ranks.
Nah,
top 5. What's the big 5? Just Google big 5. I think a leopard is one of them.
But it's not big.
And then there's a lion.
Lions are huge.
Oh, they're not compared to an elephant.
All right, I got them.
Yeah, what are they?
Lion.
Guarantee there's no leopard.
Elephant.
I reckon there's a leopard.
Okay,
Leopard.
wait, sorry. Fuck you.
Sucked in.
Yep.
Rhino and buffalo.
Right, you got water buffalo. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I did say water buffalo.
I think it's the same.
Have you ever been to South Africa?
Yes, I've been on a safari.
Really?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
But you're not saying a leopard. They're the most solo and hidden. You never see a leopard. So good luck, Hammer.
Jaiden, can you Google for me, can you ever see a leopard? In South Africa?
You're wrong.
I had Callan Ward. I had him in the list of things to talk about, but I've just looked down at the run sheet and I don't have anything about him.
So I'll introduce it for you. After a stirring speech 3/4 time after doing his ACL, season over, career over, Cal Ward, what a human being he was. Scoey, would his speech at 3/4 time have changed the difference of this game after being up against the Richmond Tigers at their home ground for the GWS Giants? Thanks, Scoey. Look.
Thanks, Richo.
Yeah. So, the reason that he was so upset, 1, career over. 2,
has he already announced this is his last season?
So he's left his family in Melbourne. They've moved back to Melbourne with his kids, and he's stayed in Sydney for one last time.
Wow.
So that's why he's so upset. Look, there's a minute chance that he hasn't done his ACL, but that was an ACL. And he knows it. Everyone else knows it. He's done his ACL. So so he did that. Must have been in the 3rd quarter.
No, I think it was the 2nd quarter because he at the start of the 4th. Is that when he did the speech?
Yeah,
3/4 time.
Yeah. So why wouldn't have been in the 3rd quarter?
Yeah, you're right. Maths.
How are you going with your win-loss ratio today on the show? You had one big win off the top with the playing for Australia.
You oversold that. That's why.
And
now
you've gone
I've
backwards
been flying.
because you're not going to the West Coast game. You missed leopard, right? You've asked for something. When to see a leopard, and then what did you just do? You thought it was in the 2nd quarter.
It was in the 1st quarter. It was in the first quarter. I'm just looking at it. It was 13 minutes into the game.
There you go. There's a little win.
Yes, it is possible to see leopards in South Africa. Bang.
Yeah.
The Google search. Can you ever see a leopard?
I guarantee that Hammer won't see a leopard. So I look. I don't know exactly what Callan Ward said, but it was proper, like, get the boys in, get touch. So without knowing what he said, I just wanted to speak about like what that would mean for a playing group. So they're down by 5 goals against Richmond, who are just, they're just a young, very young side, played awfully for 3 quarters. Not season on the line, but these sorts of wins, if you can get them, they just change an entire season. So this is a get around him, boys. Get in. Everyone closer. Everyone get close. And then he's just given it what does this club mean to you? This is what it means to me. It gives you goosebumps.
Yep.
Everyone's sort of like listening, getting around him. It's not a rev up. It's an emotional push. And you go out there for the fourth quarter as a player and you're like, I'm doing this for Wardy.
Why don't they just play like that all the time?
It's a great question. Can't draw on your emotions all the time, Dan. So that's why Sydney is shot at the moment. They're emotionally kaput.
Right.
So you need to play on system and structure and rely on how you coach most of the time. But every now and then you can go into the emotional bank, and that's what GWS did.
You get a few extra % on your energy effort.
Yes, and then
from that,
and then they're done. So who are they playing this week? I reckon they'll lose.
The Giants.
Yes.
I should
playing
really
Port.
Playing Port Adelaide. I reckon they might lose. Just an update. We're 16 minutes from the from kickoff at West Perth, East Perth. I wonder if Hammer will make it.
I wonder if he sent them another.
Far. I wonder if he's done a captain's speech, like rev the boys up.
Oh yeah, I edited it for him and sent it over to them.
Perfect.
So hopefully they've got it.
Well done. I'm sure they will.
Can we see that? Can
send him the rhinos and the
private,
elephants
mate.
and the leopards.
Private.
Yeah.
Chad Warner. Right. Speaking of Sydney. Right. It's just
Just occurred to you?
It's just occurred to me that he's now signed for 2 years, which is great. He's getting paid. Go get your money. Like, of course, look after your family, look after your future, and get paid. But you'd be looking at Sydney being like, oh, I could just be losing at West Coast. Like, if I'm going to get paid well and lose anywhere, why wouldn't I want to go and just lose where I want to lose?
You could you put that on a t-shirt? Chad Warner, I could just be losing at West Coast.
Yeah, he could be. And play with Harley Reid and like build something instead. No, you stay in Sydney, bro, and get belted by Adelaide by 90 points.
It's a good point. It's a good point. You could just get him for nothing though when he's things.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
when you might be even better than you.
Do you think at the end of this season he goes, just trade me now?
Fuck, jeez, that'd be a balls up. That'd be a bloody backflip.
You know, West Coast would be like, yeah, all right, take our picks. There you go. That
and then you get no picks and you got player. Yeah, great.
So that's Sydney. That's almost footy done. We've got some fines to get through. We should talk about the Socceroos.
Yeah, I was going to ask him. You got the fines? There's a lot of fines coming.
We have a lot of fines. We will get to that, but first we should talk about why we're dressed like a couple of legends.
As Dan said, have a guess.
Have a guess what we're wearing. This Thursday night, for the first time in history, the Socceroos are playing at Optus Stadium in a match against Japan, and this is for their World Cup qualifying campaign. Do you want to go through the few different ways that they can qualify?
I absolutely do.
Yeah. So next year in America, we want the Socceroos there because I want to be there too.
Yes.
Right. I want to go to the World Cup. I want to be in America. I want to watch these games, and I want to be watching the Socceroos against all the teams that win. This Thursday night, Japan. There's 2 more games left in the qualifiers, so you go through.
Take over.
Yeah, you go.
It feels like you're stumbling a little bit.
Go on.
So Thursday night, Optus Stadium. We're not talking sort of Aloisi v for the South American team that I can't think of right now.
Brazil.
Aloisi. When he got us into the World Cup.
Aloisi penalty.
That's not what this game is. I think it was. I don't want to say Argentina. It was Uruguay. Yeah. So it's not that game. No. But with 2 games to go in the qualifying period, right? So there's 2 games left. There's this game on Thursday, and then they've got Saudi Arabia about a week later. Mm-hmm. They're based here in Perth, though, for the week. So stay tuned to BackChat for maybe some exclusive Socceroos interviews. But they've got 2 games, right? They sit second on their table. If they finish top 2, they are in the World Cup.
See you there.
Right?
Yep.
So this game is sort of like Aloisi game.
Yep.
That's why there's a lot of people going. Because if we win, so these are the scenarios in which Australia qualify for the World Cup, which is a massive effing deal.
Yes.
There's other ways to do it, and if they don't finish second, they go into this other bloody loop around.
No,
we don't want Uruguay. We don't want Aloisi scoring penalties, right? We just want an easy breezy way through the World Cup, play some shitty clubs, some countries in the first sort of couple of rounds, and we find ourselves in a World Cup final. That's what we want.
Easy.
Right, so here's the scenarios. If we win against Japan, right, we almost certainly qualify. There is a chance because in our second game of the two games, Saudi Arabia, they're third.
Yep.
Right, so just remember that. They're third.
Saudi are third.
So if we win against Japan, we're pretty much in, unless we play Saudi a week later and lose by like 6 goals.
Okay.
But if we win against Japan, we're parking the bus.
Yeah.
Right, you're going all the way back. You're playing 10 men in the box, and you're just putting a line of blokes in front of the net.
Yep.
Good luck scoring.
Build a wall. Who's the coach
Donald
of the New
Trump.
York Knicks at the time?
Don't know.
It was Detroit Pistons.
So
Anyways.
win against Japan, we're in.
Yep.
All right, and so if we win at Optus, it's party time. It's World Cup time, baby.
Yep.
I'll see you in America.
Oh yeah.
I'll see you in Mexico. I'll see you in wherever else it is. If we draw against Japan, we qualify with a draw or better versus Saudi, right? So there's a couple of other things, Indonesia and China involved. We don't care about them, right?
Control what you can control.
Don't worry about them, all right? If we draw against Japan, we just need to draw or win the following week against Saudi. And we're in the World Cup. I'll see you in America. I'll see you in Mexico.
See you in Delaware.
See you in Cancun. I'm sure there'll be games there. If we lose against Japan,
Which we won't, but we better cover it just in case.
assuming the goal difference kind of holds, which Jaiden had up just before, right? Yeah, goal difference. So we've got a goal difference of 7. So we're 9 ahead of Saudi right now.
Yep.
So as long as it's not like a 5-0 loss to Japan, we're still in business.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So we lose against Japan, goal difference kind of holds, we qualify with a draw or better versus Saudi.
Okay.
So in any scenario, by the way, if we win against Saudi, if we win, lose or draw against Japan, we beat Saudi, we're in, no matter what. So all I'm saying is, I would personally, if you're a soccer fan, get down to Optus Stadium on Thursday.
Yes.
Because if we win, it's ticker tape parade, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're in the jumpers, we're in the net with our boy Matty Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Arm in arm, hands out, hand.
Yep.
Right? You know how it goes.
What is the Socceroos song?
I think it's that. I think it's the North Melbourne theme song.
Yeah.
Well, it would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course.
It's Kangaroos.
It's not, we're flying high.
Kangaroos, Socceroos.
Yeah.
Get it?
Of course, yes.
So, yeah, look, do I know, many of the players' names they're playing?
Well, it's a good young
But
new
I can tell you who.
nucleus.
I can tell you who's playing.
Yep.
Matt Ryan in goals. Yeah. And our boy Cam Burgess from last year.
Yes.
Central defender.
Yep.
That's all you need to know.
Okay. We're going to win. Thursday night, we're going to win Optus Stadium. We'll be there.
We have tickets to give away, I'm pretty sure.
We do have tickets to give away.
How are we going to do that? Socials?
If you want to go to the Socceroos, which why wouldn't you?
Don't send us an email. Please don't.
Don't send us an email. Write to us on...
No, don't do that either. Social media.
Call my phone number. 04...
We got tickets to give away to the Socceroos, Perth, Optus Stadium. Get on socials, BackChat _. There'll be a post going up.
Yes.
With Dan's phone number on it, and you got to call Dan and leave the funniest message possible.
Yeah, leave me a voicemail. I wouldn't mind giving out my number. I don't think I'd be okay with that. Do you reckon that would be a bad idea? 04...
No, don't, bro. Jeez, you're silly sometimes.
So, I love this line. In any scenario, win over Saudi Arabia. We'll see Australia qualify.
Absolutely. Yeah, I said that. I know you weren't listening. I do that all the time.
No,
I said that. We win against Saudi, but we don't care about Saudi game because it's in Saudi Arabia.
We'll be in Japan.
No, it's in Saudi.
Yeah, we can't go to that.
No.
Unless, do you want to go to that?
Free tickets.
Are we giving away free tickets to the Saudi game? No, we're not. Just the Japan game. All right, Jaiden, you got some fines for us?
Oh, yes.
I think we got a lot.
Great.
Jaiden said we got a lot. And last time, though, Jaiden was like, we got like 30. And then we played 3, and then the 4th one back to the top. So you sure we've got lots of fines?
Yeah, locked in.
Okay, great.
Go the Socceroos.
G'day, legends. Juan Tui here, and I'm just fining the West Coast Eagles Football Club $6 for getting my hopes up. And then while I'm at it, I'm fining the umpires for that game for just being blind.
Yep.
Cheers.
Yeah, I think fair enough. I don't know why the $6 is there.
Yeah, six felt right, though. I want to just piggyback off that. It was the first quarter was the worst umpiring I've ever seen in my life. Seriously, there was a ball that was on the floor that Jack Williams was trying to get. Someone grabbed the ball and had it in his arm, and he was lying on top of him.
It was right in front of you.
And he was they got holding the ball. The guy didn't even have to take the ball off Jack. He had it in his arm still. He was holding onto the ball.
Yes, but mate, that's the rule. I don't reckon enough of these players watch footy enough, because if you watch footy, so he's done put his arms out, I don't have the ball. That's not the rule. If you go to ground and you initially have the ball, which he did, and then it came out, I know he sucked it into him, but if you they pay that free kick every day of the week. Watch more footy.
Yeah, but they didn't
watch more footy.
He didn't suck it into him. Sometimes they push it down, they hold it in.
Shit umpiring.
It was shit umpiring. So anyway, next fine. Please.
Boys and Daniel.
Hey,
I was having a conversation on the weekend just about like rogue meetings of footballers, like when you were younger. So remember those football clinics? They'd come out to your football club, kick a footy around, run around a bit of chat. Yep, how good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Grew up in Sydney, so we always had the Bloods come out, always had the Sydney Swans come out. So one night, as a kid, Darren Jolly and Jared McVeigh come out for a kick and a bit of a clinic and run the boys through some drills. Yep, how good. The end of the session, we're all like, yep, let's go kick some big goals. The fine here is going to Jared McVeigh. Jared McVeigh rolls out to a Western Sydney Football Club in the early 2000s, before the Giants were a thing, and goes, let's see who can kick a really long goal. We're playing with 4 Islanders, 7 blokes who play rugby league, 4 kids who play soccer, and a bunch of parents who are alcoholics sitting there trying to see who can kick long goals, right? So we're going back, and I'm sitting there going, fuck, this is my shot. We're on here. This is it. So we're all having a few kicks. Jared McVeigh goes, yeah, let's try and roll out the barrel. And I fancy myself as a bit of a long kick. So I've gone behind him an extra couple of metres. Tried to roll off this barrel, and I was confident. The blood was pumping. I was channeling my inner lethal. And all of a sudden, it goes about 6 metres, comes off the side of the boot and dribbles away. And Jared McVeigh looks at the ball, looks at me, looks at the ball, looks at me again and goes, well, we know you're not going to make it to the AFL. What a piece of shit! What an absolute... I was 10! Boys, I just want to clarify that the fine is not for Jared McVeigh for speaking to me as a 10-year-old like that. It's because he was fucking right. Fuck you, Jared. Your brother was better. I hope he got an invite to fucking hurt his birthday with all the meatballs and you got none. Fuck you. This is bullshit. You traumatised me as a kid because you were right. Fuck you, Jared. I'd kick a mean barrel now.
Oh,
that's really good.
I mean, clearly the favourite part of that fine was the meatball reference. Yeah. Hurdy and his meatballs. He's back in the media now, Hurdy.
Well and truly.
Could we not follow up on the meatball party?
We should get him on the pod. What's your like
Hurd
connection to Hurd? Like who would be your direct?
Bartel.
Oh yeah.
Or Morris. They do a show together.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Oh, we know those guys.
Yeah.
Let's get them on the show, and we can ask about the 700 meatballs.
And how many meatballs can we eat on the show together? Fucking great fine, by the way. backchatpodcast.com.au/fines. That was probably best on.
Yeah.
Ever.
Really good.
G'day, superstars. And Dan. Halftime of the Geelong West Coast game.
Yeah.
And West Coast are putting up a real good fight. Think it's got something to do with their jerseys because they are an absolute banger. I want to give a $2 credit to whoever designed them. On the flip side of things, I want to give a fine to Brad Close and Geelong in general.
I'll get it over.
Pretty sure Close is a vampire. I mean, just looking at him, those eyes are so far sunk. He could be 500 years old. And, I mean, he's a strange dude in general. But for some reason, I feel like Geelong would be able to swing it. Like, they would just be able to get a vampire to play for him, and the AFL would just sign off on it. So, $5 fine to both Geelong and Brad Close.
Fuck, that is good, bro. I reckon there's better and worse of Brad Close. He wears long sleeves a lot.
Yeah, he does.
That have to protect from the sun. Does he only play in night games? That is very, very, very.
That looks like a vampire.
Very, very good fighting. I didn't love the jumpers. Very Richmond. Fucking hell.
I loved the jumpers.
All I'm going to be able to see now is Brad Close as a vampire, and Geelong, and like imagine Chris Scott being like, "So what? Is there something that says you can't play vampires?"
Show me the rule.
Yeah.
Show me the rule. You can't play a vampire.
Oh, yeah. Andrew Mackie, did we know anything about him being a vampire? Yeah, he's a vampire. First I've heard about it, so I guess play on. He's only going to play night games from now on, though. So sweet.
Brad, how old is he? How old do you reckon Brad Close is?
500. He's a fucking vampire. Lives forever. All right, go.
G'day, boys. It's Marto here. Love the show,
Marto.
but got to give a couple of fines out.
Just Damien.
$5
It
to
is
you,
Damien.
Hammer. Actually, I'll pay the fine. I'll send it to you.
Find himself.
But you've got to buy the latest update for your algorithm because I think it's slightly fucked.
Wow.
How Cal Wilkie is continually overlooked is just, it doesn't make any sense. Bloke's an absolute goat.
He just got
$5 fine for
Just
you
got
as
votes.
well, Dan. You had your mid-season review and then you ignored the Saints because there wasn't enough time. But then you spent 5 minutes talking about fucking Pojo. Come on. Anyway, boys, keep up the great work. Pay the money, Hammer. Pay up, Dan. And stay classy, Scully.
That's a good fine as well. We did speak about Pojo for a significant
long
amount of
time.
I can't remember not reviewing
Okay,
Saints,
do
but
you-
it feels like something that we
You know
would
what?
have done.
Let's talk about St Kilda then.
All right,
You
Cal
want a
Wilkie.
review of the Saints?
Cal
Go.
Wilkie. So, in fairness, these fines come through over the weekend.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
answered.
there
Cal
you go.
Wilkie, gun. There's
Yep.
your votes. 4. Did you get
Yep.
4? 4 votes, Cal Wilkie.
Yeah, he got 4, and he's had 4 before.
I mean, yeah. So
He's in there.
So he's had 8. He was in the top 6.
Yeah, he's had 8.
Hang on. So he's fine.
He's top.
Look,
Jack Higgins is great. Great footballer.
I just don't care enough about them, the Saints. Like, they beat Melbourne,
do
but
nothing
they
for
beat
me.
them in Alice Springs.
Yep.
Beat them at Telstra Dome or the G.
Yep.
Play against good sides and play well. Do that.
Beat West Coast.
They beat Freo, but then the next week they lose to like the Kangaroos or something.
Yep.
That's how St Kilda's going. Highly inconsistent. They want to get Tom de Koning. They've already got a ruckman. Rowan Marshall is the top 2 ruckman in the comp.
They want to
top 3.
spend
Gawn,
money.
Cherry, Marshall. Top 3. Why are they going to get Tom de Koning? Why?
Because they got the
They're
money
desperate to spend money.
You know how sometimes when you just like, I want to spend money on something, and you go buy like a Dyson vacuum.
I
for some reason.
I was with my niece Chloe, and she loves op shopping. So I was like,
Yes.
I'll go op shopping. I never buy clothes.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, I'm literally wearing a Socceroos thing that was given to us.
Yeah, and a BackChat hoodie.
Yep.
And BackChat socks.
Yep. And these pants
And a pair
I
of
wear
pants.
every day.
Yep.
So I don't have any clothes.
Yep.
I was in an op shop and I just bought a jacket because I was like, I just should buy something.
Like a suit jacket.
I bought a suit jacket. But I just
Really?
bought it. I only bought it not because I wanted it, because I was like, I'm just going to, I need to spend some money. I'm in here.
Yeah.
Been here for an hour. I probably should buy something.
Right, that's what the St Kilda Football Club is. We've been playing for a while. We need to spend some money on something. There you go. There's your review of St Kilda. I hope
That was a good
that
fine.
helps.
That was good.
All right, so our fine for the Raw store, I reckon at least $100 because that's the refund they gave for a hoodie that I now can't buy because they oversold the numbers. And I found this out after I watched Richmond not kick a goal in a quarter and lose to Giants. So, yep, thanks, Raw store. Appreciate that.
Is this the Raw store or the Royal store?
Raw store. I'm trying to look it up. I
Raw
found
store.
Richmond
store.
Raw store is the Richmond's Football Club store.
No, it's not.
It is. Yeah, it's called the Raw store.
So the Raw store's oversold the hoodies. Give us a look at a hoodie. Oh, give them a look. Wait, some of them look good. I personally would jump onto StreetX. I would jump on StreetX and get that done. Just an update.
This is good merch.
East Perth, West Perth is 30 seconds in. No Hamish Brayshaw.
Okay.
He is the captain of the football
Mr.
club.
24-2
He's
every week.
literally on safari as your teams play. I hope to God that East Perth win. I can tell you that
better.
right now.
They better win. Next fine, please.
Yeah, g'day, lads. And Dan.
Nice.
It's Wilma Finger do here.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but this fine's for Alex Pearce. And maybe a $1, and it comes with a warning.
Okay.
Look, he's going down the forward line. He's kicking too many goals this year, and it's, it is out of character for him. So maybe we'll give him that. That's why it's just $1. And look, he is going down there. He's showing the forwards how to do it, how to kick a goal, piss easy through the big sticks, mate. Not hard.
Yes.
But look, you need to lock down your defenders. You need to be a backman. You just can't be doing it. So, if he does it this week, maybe we should look into it. But, as regretful as it is, I'm sorry, Piercy. Cheers, lads.
No
That's fair.
correction needed. Yeah, no correction needed. But I will say, one of the great trollings of all time, Freo have gone to the tribunal, paid their 10K, challenged the suspension of 3 weeks, got Alex Pearce off, and he's out.
Yeah.
Not even playing.
That's true.
They have said, you know what? We're challenging it. We're going to get him off, and we're not going to play him. It's like the reverse Willie Rioli. Like, oh, you're gonna suspend me a week? Well, I'm suspended already.
Sorry, can't. Yep.
Oh, you're gonna let me play? Well, I'm not playing. Bad luck. That's terrific trolling by Freo, and I'm sure that's all their motivation was.
And he's got plenty of time to rest now and do absolutely nothing now that they've got to buy. So you rest
Do you
up.
think maybe they're thinking about letting players do things Wednesdays?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And strange change of events.
Yeah, hey boys, I would like to fine Brisbane Lions for playing Sweet Caroline in the first quarter at the 14-minute mark. What a shit fucking song.
Yes.
No. Excuse
Great.
me.
Perfect fine. Best fine
They're
yet.
obviously at the Gabba. That's
Yep.
come from the Gabba. That is disgraceful.
14-minute mark. What, for no reason, or was it for a goal?
It would have been someone's goal. Imagine the vibes at that stadium at that point in time.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Jeez, I just enjoyed multiple times across gather around that song playing and
Oh,
in your
so
face
often,
with cameras.
everywhere.
Yeah, and everyone having the best time and Dan like crying in the
Get
corner.
it off your playlist. If you got Sweet Caroline on your playlist thinking this will do well, get it off. It's done. It's tired. I'm exhausted from it. There was a song that that the West Coast played at 3/4 time. What was it? And everyone was singing it, and it was awesome. But it
Was
wasn't
it
Sweet
Eagle Rock?
Caroline. No, it wasn't Eagle Rock.
Pojo?
It was like Pojoing. Next one, please, Jaiden.
Hey, fellas.
No, mate.
Up and about.
And Dan.
Okay.
Got a $80 fine here, which
80?
is the cost of a shelter carton.
Oh, no.
How am I meant to say footy is better with shelter when there is no BackChat ales to drink?
Yes.
Where is it, boys?
Yes.
You
Let
raise
me
a
tell
very
you.
good point.
Let me tell you. Now, not only I don't know the cost of a carton on shelter, but you can get a 20% discount right now. Over on the Shelter Footy Cast down, we're doing a little promo. Is the footy better with shelter? And we're going through the beers. So we just did the Export Stout. One by Jared was a Southwest getaway. A night at the Hilton, dinner and beers at Shelter, lunch and beers at Par 3, blocks of chocolate, bottles of wine, and a carton of your choice of shelter.
What, just for drinking a beer?
Over $800. You need to drink a beer and tell us why the footy is better. And you can tell us
dumb.
And you can tell us why it's worse too. You can tell us why it sucks.
Dumb. That's such a good prize.
Anyway, we're doing that. So we do it with the Export Stout. We're now doing it with Lager this week. Right?
Very solid, strong, consistent beer.
Lager 20, Lager 20, will get you 20% off.
Yep.
Shelterbrewing.com.au, a box of lagers. Right now. If you order it, it'll be on your doorstep for the footy to tell us if the footy is better with shelter. Now, the reason I say that in response to that fine, we may or may not be leading towards the BackChat ale. I don't know. I can't say that again because it's just sort of a little bit of a work in progress. Okay. But the BackChat ale is coming.
I can't wait.
It's coming. So just stay with us. All right. Keep playing along. And keep, telling Shelter how good their beers are until the BackChat ale drops, and then we really tell them what's buddy boss.
So, sorry, I'm on the Shelter Brewing website right now.
Yep.
Shelter Lager, right?
Yep.
A carton of it.
Yeah.
How much do I get off?
20%, I think.
20%.
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
Yeah.
That's such a cheap carton.
Are you trying to calculate it?
Yeah, well, it's $14 off. So it's
that's great.
$56 carton.
That's great. Go and get it. Go and get it.
Crazy.
And then all you have to do is you send a little thing. You go on to shelterfootycast.com.au and there's a file you fill out.
Yep.
Send me a form and either bag Dan or bag Skeeter or bag me. I tell you why it's good or bad. So you can say, for instance, Dan, you can say, well, the footy's better with shelter because I can have 10 exports and actually listen to Scully commentate and actually make sense.
Get me through it.
Or you can say, it makes it worse because every time I drink, it makes Fremantle's game plan look good.
Right.
You can say it's worse. Right. You can actually say I don't really like this beer. You can do that if you want.
Gee.
Yeah, we just want honest answers.
That's good. I literally just put in the code Lager20 and
work.
it's $56
There you go.
for a carton of beer.
I'd probably go and do that.
That's
or not.
crazy.
You don't have to. Do whatever you like. Any more
Boys,
fun?
just finished listening to the podcast. And this fine is for all of those Freo boys touching that bloody belt.
Yeah.
So therefore, by proxy, Hammer having the same last name as one of those boys. What are you doing? Disgraceful behaviour.
Yeah.
You haven't earned the right. Don't go touching it. Mate, I was working for the great Stuart O'Grady. Olympic medal. I asked if I could see it. He offered for me to wear it for a photo.
Do you know who Stuart
No,
O'Grady?
mate, I haven't earned the right.
It's a cyclist.
I didn't put in the hard work. I don't get to touch the fucking thing. Fucking disgraceful.
So, I mean, what the twist in the tale is, they've come out off the back of that and smacked Gold Coast.
Firing.
Maybe they all need to wear belts all the time. Maybe they need to reverse psych it.
Michael Walters played that game.
No.
Because he was the
Vossi. Vossi had his best game of the year.
Right, he did.
But not Michael Voss. Michael Voss's son, Patrick.
He was wearing.
He was wearing it.
Putting it up. Yeah.
Jack Della's looking for his belt because Voss has got it on. He kicked 3, dominated. Touch all the belts you like.
There you go.
That's it.
Great. Bloody brilliant finds. Great array. Just great,
Yeah,
great,
good mix.
Great mix. We got Brisbane stuff in. We got BackChat AL comments coming in. Someone mentioned fucking James Hurd's meatballs. Like, this is where we're at. backchatpodcast.com.au/finds.
Stuart O'Grady got a mention.
So do you know who he is now?
Yeah, I've had a look.
Cyclist?
2004 gold medalist.
Cyclist.
Yeah.
One of the greats.
He also won the Paris Roubaix in 2007.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was riding in the Tour de France for a long time. He used to win all the sprints and stuff. He used to wear the not the yellow. He used to wear the green.
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
You
done, mate?
Yeah, I'm done. Anything else you want to talk about?
Don't forget to thank our sponsors, mate.
No, yeah, we can do that. Would you? You're going to be there at Saturday night, Bustleton. You're staying at the Hilton.
Yep.
Right.
I'm not going to give my room away, but I will be staying there.
Yeah,
No.
I'll be staying there. Next day, you're going to the game. I'm not. If you want tickets, well, they're not actually tickets. If you just want to be on the list so you can get to the brew deck at Shelter
Just
Brewery,
tell us you're coming.
Tell us you're coming. Put it on. There's a link there. Register for that.
BackChat on socials is where it's at. It's also
BackChat
on our
socials.
websites as well.
Yes, there you go. Thank you to our sponsors and partners: Paywise, TABtouch, Shelter Brewing Co, Whippersnapper Whisky, ID Athletic, Mamba Digital, On One Services, and Camera Electronic. This has been recorded early because it's WA Day, but you know what? We still wanted to do something for you. So if you've been writing in the chat on YouTube, sorry if we haven't been responding to you. Otherwise, this week we've got a big episode of an interview coming out. Mr. Dane Swan.
Oh, he was good too.
I wasn't here for it. I was I was in the office, but I wasn't in the room, so I'm looking forward to actually giving that a
Scully
listen.
goes one-on-one with Swanee. He was elite. A couple of great, cracking stories. He told one, you know, we always get excited. I've never told this before.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
done one of those.
Great.
But it was real rogue.
Yep.
And might actually have to check if we can put it out there.
Oh, boy.
It was very good.
Okay.
So that's exciting. We're going to Socceroos training right now.
Yes.
Doing a live show there. That'll be dropping on our network at some point in time.
Tonight, tomorrow, at some point very soon. We'll get it done really quickly. The swing of it is firing. If you're into golf and you haven't had a listen to that yet, just have a look at the
That
swing
is
of
going,
it.
that's going big.
Gone crazy. YouTube and its own podcast feeds all over there. And the 4 Drive Pod, if you are a listener to the 4 Drive podcast and you've been getting it through the BackChat Studios YouTube channel, it will be there for the next little while, but help us out. Go find the channel, The 4 Drive. I think if you do youtube.com/the 4 Drive podcast, Jaiden, correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct. I think
Correct.
it's /@ the
the at symbol, the 4 Drive podcast. Go and subscribe there. Help us out. Help us build that channel because soon we're going to be pushing all the 4 Drive content onto that.
So what I do think has been happening, looking at our numbers over the last 2 months, after asking people to share it with their friends, our numbers are doing well.
Yeah,
So
great.
I think you're sharing it with people. Please continue to do so. Because we like doing this and you sharing it to other people helps us do that. So thank you for sharing us to a new audience.
Yeah, and next week Hammer will be back.
I'm going to
from
put it.
South Africa.
I'll be putting it straight barrel. Hang on, before we leave, I'll give you a quick score update. It's pissing with rain here in Perth.
Oh boy,
And we've got
East Perth better
listeners-
be firing.
If West Perth are leading, what's gonna happen? Do I have to fire them up?
Yeah, you might need to drive down to Leadville.
Well, 11 minutes and 29 seconds into the first quarter, the score is 1 goal, 1-7, playing 0 goals, 1 behind. West Perth's in front.
Okay. It's all right, plenty of time.
I really hope they don't lose because I'm putting it literally on no one else other than Hamish Brayshaw. And
That's brutal.
He's captain of the football club, mate.
Yeah, that's true.
He will not be happy how I've spoken about him today, but I'm going to have to do it I'll do it to his face too.
Yep.
So I'm not sure. I just can't because he's on safari.
He'll be back on Friday.
Great.
Well, let's fucking hope so. He's got another fucking game next weekend.
And we'll see you next Monday. Bye.